Do you know that moment when you get a gut feeling about something, but then your mind immediately jumps in with, but what if you're wrong? What if you hurt someone's feelings? What if they think you're selfish? That second voice, that's not your intuition talking. That's fear wearing your intuition's clothes. And if you've been a people pleaser for most of your life, learning to tell the difference between your authentic inner knowing and conditioned fear might be the most important skill you ever develop. Hey there, I'm Lynn Carpenter, and I help women break free from people pleasing patterns so they can live with unbridled authenticity. I created what I call the Unbridled Authenticity Coaching Model, which guides women back to their true selves, free from the expectations, fears, and old stories that once kept them small. When I talk about bridling, I'm drawing from the world of horses. In thoughtful horsemanship, a horse learns to respond to gentle pressure while ideally staying connected to its spirit. But many of us as humans internalize the pressure around us so deeply that we began to bridle ourselves, suppressing our true thoughts, emotions, and desires to stay safe, accepted, and loved by the people we depended on. The unbridling process is about gently loosening those old reins, healing the survival adaptations that once kept us safe, and reconnecting with our whole, worthy, soul led selves. And today we're talking about something that literally changed everything for me, learning to recognize the difference between intuition and fear. Because when you've spent years abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable, those two voices can sound almost identical, but they're not. And I'm going to show you exactly how to tell them apart. A few years ago, I was standing in my horse Fancy's paddock, and I had this quiet but clear feeling that I needed to say no to an opportunity that I'd been offered. From the outside, it looked perfect, aligned with my work, good people involved, even paid well. But something in me felt off. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic. It was a whisper that said, "This isn't yours." And then my mind started spinning. You should be grateful. This is what you've been working toward. You'll let people down if you say no. That back and forth was exhausting. And honestly, I was about to say yes just to make that discomfort go away. But then Fancy walked over to me and stood quietly beside me, not pushing, not nudging, not demanding anything, just still, present, and grounded. She didn't need to do anything. Her presence alone was the message. And in that moment, I realized that's what my intuition feels like. It doesn't argue, it doesn't beg, it simply knows. And when I got quiet enough to listen, I realized I already had the answer. I turned the opportunity down, and it created space for something even more aligned to arrive just a few weeks later. Fancy reminded me that day, your intuition doesn't rush you, it invites you home. Here's the fundamental difference between intuition and fear. Intuition expands. Even when it's asking you to say no or make a hard decision, there's a sense of rightness. Your body feels more spacious. Fear contracts. It makes you feel smaller, tighter, like you're bracing for impact. And for those of us with a history of people pleasing, fear often sounds helpful. It mimics care, but deep down, it's driven by self abandonment. When you're not sure which voice you're hearing, try these three quick tests. And test number one is the body check. Close your eyes. Imagine following through on what that voice is telling you. Now feel into your body. If it's intuition, even if the decision feels bold, your body will have a quality of openness. Your shoulders might drop and your breath might deepen. If it's fear, you'll feel contraction, tightness in your chest, your jaw, and your belly. And here's the thing, most people pleasers live with a hyper attuned nervous system. Go slow. You're not looking for a dramatic shift, just a softening, a flicker of peace. That's your cue. And test number 2 is the timeline question. Ask, if I follow this voice, how will I feel 6 months from now? Fear is obsessed with avoiding discomfort right now. Intuition is aligned with your long-term truth, even if that means facing discomfort in the moment. And test number 3 is the service question. This one's especially important for those of us who tend to overgive. Ask yourself, is this truly serving everyone involved, or am I just trying to avoid disappointing someone? Intuition often asks us to disappoint people in the short term to honor truth, growth, or care in the long run. Fear just wants to keep everyone happy so we don't feel anxious. Here's where it gets tricky. Fear is really good at disguising itself as intuition. It might say your intuition is telling you to say yes because you're a kind, loving person. No, caring and people pleasing are not the same thing. Or you should trust your gut feeling that they need you. But sometimes that gut feeling is just old programming, what I call a taming tale. True intuition doesn't revolve around who you think you're supposed to be for others. It helps you come home to yourself. And intuition never uses guilt as a motivator. So how do you practice this? Start small. The next time someone asks something of you, even something tiny like, can you grab me a water? Pause for 3 seconds. Just breathe and feel into your body. That pause is sacred. It's the same pause horses take when they enter a new energy field. They sense, they wait, then they respond. You're doing the same. You don't have to act on it right away. Just notice it. Start building a relationship with the voice that's been buried under years of what will they think. And remember, your intuition isn't cruel. It's not here to make you cold or harsh. It's here to make you honest. And there's a world of difference. Learning to trust your intuition after years of people pleasing doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice to return to yourself. Every time you choose to listen to that deeper knowing instead of the fear-based chatter, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Fancy didn't need me to explain my decision that day, and neither does your intuition. She already knows. And speaking of reclaiming yourself, I've created a free values discovery workbook to help you get crystal clear on what truly matters to you, so you can make decisions from alignment instead of anxiety. You'll find the link in the description below. I'd also love for you to take my free quiz to discover your unique people-pleasing pattern. Because once you know how you abandon yourself, you can begin to come home to yourself. The horses taught me this. Authenticity isn't selfish, it's sacred. And your intuition, it's been waiting patiently for you. If you haven't already, I hope you'll like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.